Hey everybody, welcome to Vlogmas 2025 right here in the Because Maybe Network. Hope you're doing well today. We're on December 7th, day 7. I can't believe it's been a week since I started doing these. And having a lot of fun with it. Having done the video that I did yesterday. There was a lot more stuff that I wanted to add to that, but YouTube has been very, very, very finicky with me lately about posting stuff. And, they want me to double and triple check work to make sure it's not, not copyrighted, and I do my best to make sure that no copyrighted material enters my sphere, period. So, I'm just trying my best to do that. But anyway, enough of YouTube being YouTube. I thought I would talk today a little bit about what I've done today, and then what I'm going to do today, and about movies. Yes, so, so far today I have eaten lunch with family, with my sister-in-law and her husband and my wife. We had real good Greek food. Really, really good. I haven't had Greek food in a long time. When they brought out the kebab meat, oh, it was so good. So good. And we talked about Christmas. We talked about parties that we're going to be going to and markets that we're going to be going to. And strangely enough, the situation that happened in my school earlier on this year. So, it's a very, 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 very good lunch, and it was good to see them and good to spend time with them. Today, I'm not releasing a podcast today because I spent my editing day at the market yesterday, and I've done a little bit of editing, on the podcast that I was working on, which is dropping next Sunday. So I've got to do a whole bunch of social media posts and stuff like that. I've got until Friday to do it, and I'm going to take my time and probably settle that up this afternoon after I do my stream, which is already dropped on this channel for today. We're doing Lemon's Tricky Levels. I haven't done it yet as of time of recording, but I'm actually going to start that in about an hour's time, so I've got to be quick with this. But no, we're talking movies today, and this is going to be a quick vlog. I want to talk about my favorite movie, Christmas movie, growing up, and what's my favorite Christmas movie now, okay? So I figured I would start with, believe it or not, next week's podcast subject. Yes, so next Sunday we're going to be doing the podcast on Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. And when I was growing up, that was my favorite Christmas movie, okay? And I didn't know then what I know now. Not in terms of morality or anything like that, right? But, I thought the character of New York City was part of the movie. So the setting was a character, right? It wasn't just some random house in the middle of Chicago. And I thought the traps were funny, and I thought that, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern were over the top, and they did a lot better. I just thought it was a superior movie to the first movie, right? Then I grew up, watched it again, and realized the first movie has a bunch of charm that I picked up on the second movie is more cruel than the first movie. Now, that was done in part to satisfy Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, and Daniel Stern. They all made requests for certain things, and, they got them. And the poor stuntman had to perform them, which was hilarious. They made all these demands and then handed it over to the stuntman. Yeah, so it was Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. That was my favorite holiday movie growing up. And then, as time went by, I grew up, I matured a little better, and I realized Home Alone 2 is not as good as Home Alone 1. And not only that, it's a more cruel movie. It's the first movie was about self-defense. The second movie was about punishing, for lack of a better term. And Harry and Marv got punished in this movie. And yeah, so that was my movie growing up. What is my favorite Christmas movie now? Well, we haven't watched it in the house this year. We watch it every year. I make everybody in the house watch it every year because it's one of the few things that I can say, look, this is the best of the best, and people can agree with me on it, because I say that a lot about certain things, and a lot of people disagree with me, which is fine, it's their right. But in this instance, what this means, my favorite Christmas movie is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. It is the greatest adaptation of all time, the greatest comedy movie of all time, greatest Christmas comedy movie of all time, the most accurate to lore, to the source material of all time, and the best adaptation of a Dickens book. We're talking The Muppet Christmas Carol. Now, I swear to God, I've done The Muppet Christmas Carol on the podcast way back. And why is it the best Christmas movie? Why is it my favorite? Well, it's very, very simple. There's no wink and a nod from the human cast. okay, the human cast does not notice that they play in opposite Muppets. And the Muppets have got their comedy timing in, they've got to get their jokes in and everything like that, which is fine, they do. But Michael Caine was going for an Oscar in that movie. You know, he played it like he was, you know, doing a Christmas Carol on stage. He was very, very good at playing Scrooge. And not only was he good at playing Scrooge, he embodied him and performed him down to every last facet of his being, okay? The Muppet side of things were treated as equals. The puppeteers and everything else raised their game to deal with Michael Caine being so super serious. So the jokes are funny, the Muppets are the Muppets, you know, and it is the most accurate adaptation of A Christmas Carol that has been done. I mean, it's very, very faithful to the book, even though, again, the principal cast are puppets with a comedic edge, you know? So, yeah, that's my favorite Christmas movie of all time, The Muppet Christmas Carol. I love the songs, I love the mood, I love the fact that, you know, it's really, really good. It is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. I'm sorry. You know, a lot of people will say, you know, Home Alone or A Christmas Story, or they'll go National Lampoons, or this is it. This is the benchmark that people have to hit for it to be considered a great Christmas movie. Because, you know, look, I'll die on the hill that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, right? It's a movie that just happens to take place on Christmas, okay? And there is a difference. But one thing I won't do is take away from the fact that it's a good movie, right? But I still think that The Muppet Christmas Carol is a superior movie. It is the best. It is the best Christmas movie of all time. It makes you feel festive. You know, it's done in a way. It's all bright and colorful where it needs to be. It's all dark and dreary where it needs to be, and it just has the spirit. You know. So for me, like I said, as a kid growing up, it was Home Alone 2. Before I grew up a little bit and realized certain things about the movie that I didn't like, and then I noticed certain problems, and it just fell apart for me. But Muppet Christmas Carol, Michael Caine throwing that reef at that Muppet, you know, just in a fit of anger. He didn't treat the Muppets as Muppets. He treated them as fellow actors, and he performed with them as fellow actors. You know, so that's probably what I want to do tonight or tomorrow when we put the Christmas tree up, is sit down and watch that movie again, because I watch it every year. And there's a new version out on Disney Plus that has the original song that they edited out, which plays a huge role in you know, framing Scrooge as to why he hates Christmas and why he's so down and dreary all the time. And them cutting that out, they said it was too dark for a kid's show, but they don't realize that kids will grow up and share this movie with their kids, and then their kids, you know, or they'll even just watch it themselves. Like, I would still watch them up at Christmas Carol every year before I met Sarah, before I had children, you know. My stepdaughter is 25 now, but my eldest daughter, who's not my stepdaughter, long complicated story, I still consider my stepdaughter my daughter, but first biological kid that I had, I was still watching them up at Christmas Carol before they were born. You know, so yeah. And for the record, if you listen to this, Terry, you are my daughter as much as anybody else. Okay, so, but yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol. That is the benchmark. That is the level in which you've got to go to for movies. Okay, for Christmas movies. And if it's better than that, show me, because nothing I've seen is better than having Michael Caine do a very, very awkward dance in the middle of a movie, you know? Michael Caine has done some staggering roles as both the villain and the hero, or at least on the side of the hero, and in this movie he plays both sides, and his demeanor is perfect. It really is. If you've not seen The Muppet Christmas Carol, you need to go watch The Muppet Christmas Carol. If you're my age, or around about my age, and have not seen it, what have you been doing with your life? You know? If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine. But if you celebrate Christmas in my age and not seen about Christmas Carol, you need to, like, ASAP. So, All right, that's enough waxing lyrical today. I've got to get ready for this stream. I've got about 25 minutes to edit this video, and then put the stream together. So, thank you for those who tuned into the stream today, by the way. But until then, take it easy, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow with another vlog, okay? Bye.